Dear friends, today we are going to learn about two simple properties of convex sets, and we are going to link them with something called non-convex budget set in economics. It's a plain and simple thing to prove that if C1 and C2 are two convex sets, then C1 intersection C2 is convex. Now you can actually prove that for an arbitrary family of convex sets, the intersection is convex. While if you take two union of two convex sets, they need not be convex. Suppose you take two triangles like this, A, B, C and A dash, B dash, C dash, and just make them touch at A dash. Then their union is not a convex set, you can easily figure out. In economics, can there be certain instances where union of two convex sets are not convex? Let us see. Let us consider a place we are going to a shop to buy certain things, and our initial endowment total budget is 30, could be 30 rupees, $30, 30,000 rupees, 30 lakh rupees, or whatever. It simply says that okay, that is my endowment, and I am supposed to go to a shop, and that shopkeeper gives me a kind of pricing mechanism in the sense that okay, there is a kind of you know what's it called, there's a kind of rule that one has to follow, preconditions that suppose you have two commodities x1 and x2. Suppose you buy x1 to be less than 10 kilos, then you can buy any amount of x2. But once you buy x1 larger than 10 kilos, your x2 also has to be strictly less than 10 kilos. Now, when you buy x1 less than 10 kilos, then my price is for the P1 is 2 per unit and P2 is 1 per unit. That's for the second commodity is 1 per unit. But when you buy x1 more than 10 kilos, I am reducing the price of P1. The P1 is now reduced to 1, while P2 is increased to 2 because you have reduced the quantity of x2. So this is the scheme that is offered to you. It's a scheme, pricing scheme that has been offered to you. Now you make a choice and buy. Now if you look at it very carefully, then let us consider the situation when x1 is less than equal to 10. Now I decide that I'll buy x1 is less than equal to 10. Then my elements has to lie in this particular set C1. Instead of budget set B1, I'm writing C1 because it's ultimately will get something else just to keep that C1 in union C2 type of thing. So this C1 unit, this budget set will give me 2x1 plus x2 is less than 30. The 2 is P1, P2 is 1, and x1 is less than 10. Suppose I decide, because I can buy any amount of x2, if I take x1 to be 0, then I can buy x2 to be any commodity between 0 and 30. But if I have x1 bigger than 10, and then I have to buy x2 less than 10. Then if I do not want to buy x2, then x1 I can buy any commodity between 10 and 30. Because I'll put x2 0 here. So you will immediately understand that 0, 30 and 30, 0 are elements of the budget set. Now what happens? In reality, when a person comes in, he doesn't know from where he will buy the stuff, whether his object of the things that he will buy, x1, x2 is belonging to C1 or it's belonging to C2, that he doesn't know. So his feasible set would be the union of C1 and C2 because he has to consider all possibilities. So which is expressed by C1 union C2, but individually C1 is a convex set because it's given by affine inequalities. You can easily prove that it is a convex set, and also here you can prove that it is a convex set. I leave these two interesting problems to you to prove that C1 and C2 are convex sets. But my budget set now becomes a union of C1 union C2 because a priori I do not know from which C1 or which C2 I am going to choose, right? So you can understand there is a kind of interesting feature here that I can, for example, if I don't buy anything, 0 0 means x1 is 0 and x2 is 0, then I buy from here. 0 0 is in this set, this spot, this is C1. So if you look at the diagram, up when x1 is up to 10, less than equal to 10, this is my budget set, C1 part. While when x1 is strictly bigger than 10 and I am taking x, then I have to buy x2 strictly less than 10. This is my budget set. Now these two lines in the plane intersect at the point 10 10, and here there is a kink. You observe that 0 30, because if you want to take 0 amount of x1, then x2 the maximum amount of you can buy is 30. Now if you want to buy 0 amount of x2, the max x1 that you can buy is 30, between 10 and 30. This is any amount you can buy. Now so 30 0 and 0 30 are elements of this particular union. But if you join these points 0 30 and 30 0 by a line segment, then you will immediately understand that the whole line segment lies outside the budget set. So here these are two budget sets, and the final budget set is a union of these two budget sets, and the final budget set, which is C1 union C2, is non-convex. So this kind of pricing can be said as a kind of quantity reduction. So if you increase the amount of some quantity, your price is reduced. Of course, economists might not like the explanation is a mathematician's explanation, that okay, the mathematician is very clever enough, he is making a scheme. Economists would describe it in a slightly different way. But I prefer to provide you a scheme of buying things, and if you buy things in that scheme, you see that your budget set becomes non-convex. So budget sets may not always be convex. Most cases, for the simplest cases, we assume that the price doesn't change how much quantity you buy. But if you go to any shop like big multinational, this kind of big bazaar or kind of Walmart type shops, of course that there are pricing that if you buy 3 you get 1 free, kind of sort of stuff. So that is the kind of pricing that we are looking here, and that case there's high chance that the budget set finally is non-convex. Hope you are now convinced that this union of two convex sets need not be convex, can be even shown through certain things in economics, and which involves simply buying stuff. Thank you very much, and thank you for the attention.